Hi, we're the ReDESIGN team. We're all so grateful and fortunate to work on this project at such an early stage of our professional lives, and we're really excited to show you what we've come up with. It's very rare that you get to work on a project that will change someone's life, change the construction industry, and change how long we get to live on this earth.
As it stands, the Housing Trust has developed, managed and maintained over 1,200 properties. By tweaking their construction projects, the Housing Trust has an opportunity to significantly reduce the landfill. ReDESIGN incorporated 10 criteria into our proposal that will reshape the way the construction industry thinks about waste.
In developing the concept for Circularity House, we chose to emphasise a connection to land, environment and community, and show how that approach, combined with sustainable design techniques and materials, can benefit the well-being of the occupants and the planet. The foundation of our design comes from the connection our occupant has to country. We believe building a sustainable home means building for geography and context, and removing the definitive separation of the internal and external. The footprint of the house is small, and its east-west orientation led us to raise the ceiling height and include a large aperture on the skillion roof, giving a view to the sky and facing north to allow for maximum sunlight, which filters through the upper gallery to the open ground level. Though Circularity House has large windows on both open faces, greenery would be used as privacy screens and shading. Ideally, these would be endemic species, with pollinator-attracting flowers planted around a shared green space and urban farm, the maintenance of which would increase the well-being and self-sufficiency of the development and its occupants. In a residential block like the site given to us for the challenge, it would be nice to have a friendly relationship with the people with whom you share a wall. Circularity House removes traditional static boundaries between dwellings and replaces them with shared social and functional spaces. The green corridor would house these spaces, and while individual abodes would have all necessary requirements to prepare a meal for that household, a preparation space allows for the act of preparing and sharing a meal with others, which brings people together. The green corridor would also house shared parking and laundry facilities, sparing people the running costs of amenities that a household may only need weekly or fortnightly. The layered design allows people to open up the space as much as they are willing at any time. A community event may mean that all boundaries are removed on the ground level, which creates a continuous flow of movement from the street to the green corridor. The solarium at the back of the house may be used as an outdoor space most of the time, but has the potential to be totally enclosed and act as a sleeping space as required. A Circularity House is designed for a large family with a strong connection. Maneuverable fabric partitions let the family have a connection to each other, even if they are using the space in different ways. Opportunities for storage are found where possible, and an ensuite on the ground level means that our occupant isn't required to use the stairs that lead to the other sleeping areas.
ReDESIGN used a variety of materials, nearly all of which are derived from waste, to address the Sustainable Homes Challenge criteria, with a focus on local Australian-sourced sustainable products. This included assessing the technical innovation, the affordability, and the impact to the health of our occupants from these materials. The waste materials used all have a majority of recycled content, often 100%. We also considered the embodied energy in their production, their carbon footprint, and also the life cycle of the products after use, favouring a circular economy and using many natural biocomposites. Please join us on a tour of the house and we'll show you some of the unique design features. Externally, you can see our walls are made of hempcrete, a combination of lime binder and hemp herds, which is industrial hemp fibre waste. This was selected as our alternative masonry material because it's natural, healthy, affordable, and it absorbs carbon from the air, making this product carbon negative. With several Australian manufacturers, it's fire, flood, and termite resistant, and it's a fantastic natural texture and light that ReDESIGN love. Our timber floors and the house framing are all recycled, repurposed timber, as we found this to be an ideal option for our house design. It's sustainable and adaptable. You'll notice that the internal walls and ceiling are just your standard plasterboard, but to reduce construction waste, we tried to size all the rooms to match the standard plasterboard dimensions, multiples of 1.2 metres. Looking into the life cycle of this product, we found a company, ReDESIGN, Australia's largest plasterboard recycler, and they collect the waste with their primary purpose being to reduce landfill from construction waste. From the 3 Sydney disposal sites, they take the waste to recycle it into paper, more plasterboard, and actually it's primarily used as agricultural fertiliser, 95%. For our insulation, we're proud to be using a product you can source at your local Bunnings, Earthwool. It's super soft to handle and install. Earthwool's made of up to 80% recycled glass with cutting-edge technology, sustainable bio-based binder with no formaldehyde or bleaches. That's why it's this colour. For this material, we didn't require any innovation because we wanted to support an Australian company already in the sustainability space. In our kitchen, you can see that we used green ceramics, a product developed by Veneer Sajulala with UNSW engineers. These tiles are made from upcycled waste textiles and recycled glass. For ReDESIGN, health was a key feature we wanted to ensure when using plastic waste materials in our house, in particular the plumbing, as we have 100% recycled waste plastic plumbing for drinking water, stormwater and sewerage. Vinidex pipes are Australian owned and operated, and they don't change the water chemistry or corrode for that matter. They're also fully recyclable and they internally reuse all the manufactured scrap, so nothing goes to landfill. Plastic pipes and fittings are perfectly suited to a circular economy for this exact reason.
The building will be constructed upon a green concrete slab, which adds thermal mass to passively retain heat within the building, keeping it at a comfortable temperature. The aggregate for the green concrete mixture will be sourced from demolition waste, such as broken up concrete, bricks and ceramics, as well as post-consumer glass. Wastewater will also be repurposed from the textile industry, as it gives similar properties to concrete made from fresh water. The window frames of the building will be made from a composite of repurposed timber and recycled aluminium. The thermal break between the 2 materials will be made from recycled plastic. The glazing itself will be taken pre-demolition from existing buildings and inserted into the new frames, as it is important to have high quality glass to maximise passive solar gain. The availability of window sizes from end-of-life buildings will be irregular, so this will lead to differing window sizes between each townhouse, adding individuality to the facade. The roof will be tiled using a product similar to eco tiles. These tiles are made from recycled plastics, which replicate the look of natural clay or concrete. They can be more durable than conventionally used products, with the added benefit of being 100% recyclable at the end of product life. Each building has a solar panel array angled towards the north. This creates a microgrid for the development, which can be expanded to the neighbouring buildings with a shared energy storage system. The grid will be able to meet the energy demands more efficiently of each household when compared to an individual model. Rainwater will also be siphoned from the roof and stored in water tanks for use in the housing development.
With the goal of innovation in mind, Team ReDESIGN has developed our very own Circularity House app for the household. When we open the app for the very first time, we'll see a screen that asks for our name. And when we enter our name, that is in there unless we reset the app. And it'll come up with a custom home screen saying Hello ReDESIGN. So from here we can go in to check the weather. And if we want to check the weather in Corrimal today, we can see that it is a lovely day outside. Back to the home screen, we can then go into our task list. So say we never want to forget to take out our FOGO. We want to put this in our to-do list, and that's in there for our household, so we'll never forget to take out our FOGO bin again. Next, we can check out the recyclability of our household. So for our Wanton household with a standard 3-bedroom house, we see that it's got a calculation based on non-organic waste, organic waste, and total recyclability of the household. Finally, in the app is our virtual view, which will give us a virtual run-through of the household with scrolling capabilities, so we can digitally go through the house. And that is our app.
Partnership between ReDESIGN and the Housing Trust
will make a lasting impact to climate change
through the clever application of circular economy principles.
Starting with our first project collaboration,
building a home for Kira and her family.